A very good morning to everyone present over here. Today, we are going to present about Basil's function, which is mini project series of Department of Computer Science and Engineering presented by Engineering Mathematics as a subject. Our group members are Sarthak Deep, Janvi Panchal, Siddhi Dubey, Saurabh Pandey, Sasin Nisar, and Srishriyas Prasad. And our coordinator is Tina S. Joshi. Our content would be introduction, which would be conducted by Sarthak Deep, roll number 12, and derivation by Siddhi Dubey, roll number 19. I will be doing orthogonality by and my roll number is 68. And the Laplace transformation will be done by Janvi Panchal, roll number 73. Examples would be done by Saurabh Pandey, roll number 80. And last application would be done by Srishriyas Prasad, roll number 96.
Bessel's equation. The generalized equation for all the Bessel's function is called Bessel's equation. Bessel's equation is x squared y double dash plus x y dash plus x squared minus y squared equals to 0. Where y is order of equation, we assume y as real and positive number. Therefore, Bessel's functions are classified as Bessel's function. Because this is a second order linear differential equation, there must be two linearly independent solutions. Different variables are summarized in table below and described in following sections. That's type, first kind, and second kind, which are types of first functions, modified Bessel functions, Hankel functions, spherical Bessel functions, and specific Hankel functions. Thank you.
I shall continue further with derivation of Bessel's function. I am Siddhi Dubey and my roll number is 19. So let's start with the topic. As we have seen in the introduction, Bessel's function is x square into second derivative of y plus x into first derivative of y plus x square minus lambda square into y equal to 0. We call it as equation 1, equation A. Uh, to derive its first kind, since x is equal to 0 is a regular single point for equation A, its series solution will be y equal to summation r equal to 0 till n into x raised to m plus r into ar, so that we get a value of y. Since we have a value of y, we can substitute to equation A. For that, we have to take its first and second derivative with respect to x. So, dy by dx is equal to summation of r equal to 0 till n. As we are deriving it with respect to x, it is given in the form of n into x raised to n. So its derivative will be n into x raised to n minus 1, that is uh, m plus r into x raised to m plus r minus 1 into ar, as ar is constant. Its second derivative will be summation of r equal to 0 till n, m plus r will be as it is, and and the derivative of x will be m plus r minus 1 into x raised to m plus r minus 2 into ar. We call it as equation 1 and 2 respectively. On substituting 1 and 2 in equation A, we get x square into summation of r equal to 0 till n m plus r into m plus r minus 1 into x raised to m plus r minus 2 into ar plus x into summation of r equal to 0 till n m plus r into x raised to m plus r minus 1 into ar plus x square minus lambda square equal to 0. Which on further simplification gives our equation b, that is summation of r equal to 0 till n into ar m plus r square minus lambda square into x raised to m plus r plus summation of r equal to 0 into till n into ar x raised to m plus r plus 2 equal to 0. Here m is a non-negative, that is a positive integer. On equating the coefficient of x raised to m to 0, we get m square equal to y square. We can also write it as m equal to y. And on equating coefficient of x raised to m plus r to 0 for r equal to 1, from b we get a1 m plus 1 n square minus lambda square equal to 0. That is a1 equal to 0. For all the even value of r, we compare the coefficient of x raised to m plus r for r equal to r plus 2 from the equation b. Hence, we get r plus 2 m plus r plus 2 the whole square minus lambda square plus ar equal to 0. Hence, from above equation, we can say that for all the values of even function, the value will be ar upon m plus r plus 2 square minus m plus r plus 2 the whole square minus lambda square. We can also say that from all odd values, that is a1, a3, a5 and so on, the value will be 0. Since a0 is an arbitrary constant, a0's value will be 1 upon m plus 2 the whole square minus lambda square. And the value of all the and the even value will be for even value, let's take an example for r equal to 4. We substitute the 4 in the place of r. In general formula of ar plus 2, we get minus of a naught upon m plus 4 plus lambda into m plus 4 minus lambda. We split the m plus 4 the whole square. Now now by applying the above equation to the value of y, we get this equation, that is y equal to x raised to m into a naught minus x raised to m plus 2 a naught upon m plus 2 the whole square minus lambda square plus x raised to m plus 4 a naught upon m plus 2 the whole square minus lambda square into m plus 4 the whole square minus lambda square. This is just a series of an even function, which on simplification gives us y equal to x raised to m into a naught upon y minus x square upon 4 into lambda plus 1 plus x raised to 4 upon 4 square into 2 factorial into lambda plus 1 into lambda plus 2. This goes on till n, that is, it's a series. From the above equation, we can find the basis function, that we can also call it as the jy, and the general solution for basis equation is uh, jy of x equal to summation of r equal to 0 till infinite minus 1 raised to r r factorial upon lambda plus r factorial into x by 2 raised to lambda plus 2r, since a naught is equal to arbitrary constant. And for substituting lambda equal to 0, z naught of x is equal to lambda of r equal to 0 till infinite mi minus 1 raised to r upon r factorial uh, r factorial square into x by 2 whole raised to 2r. And for similarly for lambda equal to 1, j1 of x equal to r equal to 0 till infinite minus 1 raised to r upon r factorial into 1 plus r factorial into x by 2 the whole equal to 1 plus 2r. Let's go through the graphical view of Bezel's function for lambda equal to 0 and lambda equal to 1. Looks like a water wave, isn't it? It's one of the phenomenon application of Bezel's function that it is used in properties of wave. We will see its application in details, but now let's discuss in graph. Speaking of graph, we can see in graphical table the representation of each function such as j naught of x is in red, j1 of x is in green, and j2 of x is in blue. All three functions are oscillatory with a varying period and a decreasing amplitude. From above graph, we have understood that for any value of lambda, we get a similar wave function for jy, j of lambda. This wave function is also called as Bezel's function of first kind. By substituting of lambda equal to minus 1 in equation of j lambda to generalize the Bezel's function, we get the following equation. Summation of r equal to 0 till infinite minus 1 raised to r upon r factorial into lambda plus r factorial into x by 2 lambda plus 2r. And for lambda equal to minus 1, we have lambda equal to r equal to 0 till infinite minus 1 raised to r into r factorial minus 1 plus r factorial into x by 2 whole raised to minus 1 plus 2r. Therefore, thus we conclude that the generalized Bezel equation is y equal to a into j of lambda of x plus b into j of minus y into x.
Hey, I am Sachin Nisar and my roll number is 68. I will be doing orthogonality of Bezel's function. Let the let there be constants alpha and beta in the Bezel's equation to get two different equations. That is x square y double dash plus x y dash plus alpha square x square minus gamma square equal to 0. And second equation would be x square y double dash plus xy dash plus beta square x square minus gamma square equal to 0. On solving both the equation, the solution for those equations equal to y is equal to j of gamma alpha x and z equal to j of gamma beta x respectively. Multiplying the first equation with z by x and second equation with minus y by x and adding them, we get x y double dash x z y double dash minus y z double dash plus z y dash minus y z dash plus alpha square minus beta square x y z, which is equal to 0. On simplifying them, we have derivation of x z y dash minus y z dash upon with respect to x plus alpha square minus beta square whole x y z, which is equation 3. On integrating both the sides with respect to x, we get with limit 0 to 1, we get differentiation integration of x dx with sorry, the integration of differentiation of x z y dash minus y z dash by dx plus alpha square minus beta square x y z dx, which is equal to 0. Full integration is with respect to x. And on doing that, we have zy double dash minus yz double dash plus zy dash minus yz dash plus alpha square minus beta square integration of xyz from limit 0 to 1, which is equal to 0. We get, on solving that, we get alpha square minus beta square, which are constants. Integration of xyz from 0 to 1, where x is variable, which is equal to zy dash minus yz dash at x equal to 1. Putting solution of 1 and 2 in equation 4, which is y equal to j of gamma a alpha x, z equal to j of gamma beta x, we get alpha j gamma dash alpha x j gamma beta x minus beta j gamma x alpha x j gamma dash beta x. Since alpha and beta are roots of j gamma x, which is equal to 0, we get j of gamma alpha x equal to j of gamma beta x, which is equal to 0. Hence, the integration of the above equation, which is integration of x gamma alpha x gamma beta x with respect to x, from limit 0 to 1, we get it as equal to 0.
So let's carry on with the further topic, which is Laplace of Basel function. I am Janvi Panchal, serial number 73. So we have above seen that the differential form of Basel function and how it is derived. Here we are going to apply the Laplace of Basel function of nth order, with initially x of 0 equals to 1 and x dash of 0 equals to 0. Now, Basel equation for nth order is t square d square by x upon dt square plus t dx by dt plus t square minus n square x equals to 0. Now we'll be applying Laplace transformation on the above equation. We get Laplace of t square d square x upon dt square plus t dx by dt plus t square minus n square x equals to 0. Now we know that the Laplace of t raised to n f of t and the formula for Laplace of t f of t. Now applying both the formulas in this equation, we get d square by dA square Laplace of x double dash minus d by ds Laplace of x dash plus d square by dA square Laplace of x minus n square Laplace of x equals to 0. Solving this equation further, we get s square plus 1 L double dash x plus 3 s L dash x plus 1 minus n square Lx equals to 0. Now let's take root s square plus 1 L of x equals to 0, substituting the value of u. Next slide, please. We get u dash root s square plus 1 equals to n square u root s square plus 1, which is equals to half u dash s square plus 1 is equals to half n square u square is equals to u square root s square plus 1 equals to minus nu. Now integrating both the sides, we get 1 by u du equals to minus n upon root s square plus 1 ds. Solving the integration, we get log of u equals to n log root s square plus 1 minus s. Now, removing the log on both the sides, we get u equals to root s square plus 1 minus s raised to n. Now, we'll be substituting the value of u in it. We get Laplace of x equals to root s square plus 1 minus s the whole raised to n upon root s square plus 1. So hence we can say that Laplace of Jn is equals to root s square plus 1 minus s raised to n upon root s square plus 1. Now we did this for the first kind, we did the Basel equation of first kind with Laplace transformation. Now let's do it for the zeroth order. Now we know that for zeroth order, the Basel equation is d square y upon dx square plus 1 by x dy by dx plus y equals to 0. Now for j naught of x equals to 1 minus x square 2 square plus x raised to 4 2 square into 4 square minus x raised to 6 2 square into 4 square into 6 square plus we'll continue that. Now here J naught x is nothing but the Bessel function of order 0. So basically we are saying that for n equals to 0, we are getting the solution of J naught of x equals to 1 minus x square by 2 plus x raised to 4 by 2 square into 4 square minus x raised to 6, 2 square into 4 square into 6 square, and we'll continue that. Now we'll be applying the Laplace transformation on this equation. So by applying the Laplace transformation, we get Laplace of, with linear property, we can write down as Laplace of 1 minus Laplace of x square by 2 plus Laplace of x raised to 4 by 2 square into 4 square. And similarly, we know that now in next step, we know that Laplace of 1 is nothing but 1 by s, and Laplace of x square by 2 is 1 upon 2 square into 2 factorial upon s cube, and Laplace of x raised to 4 upon 2 square into 4 square is 1 upon 2 square into 4 square, 4 factorial upon s raised to 5. So we get the equation as 1 upon s minus 1 upon 2 square, 2 factorial s cube plus 1 upon 2 square into 4 square, 4 factorial upon s raised to 5 minus 1 upon 2 square into 4 square into 6 square, 1 upon s raised to 7, and carry on. Now taking 1 by s common, we get 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 upon s square plus 3 upon 2 into 4 into 1 upon s raised to 4 minus 3 into 5 upon 2 into 4 into 6 into 1 upon s raised to 6. Now, so this is nothing but 1 upon s, 1 plus 1 upon s square, the whole raised to minus 1 by 2. So we can write this simply as 1 upon under root 1 plus x square. So with this, we can conclude that Laplace of J naught is nothing but 1 upon under root 1 plus x square. So now I'd like Saurabh to explain you the further topic.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Saurabh and my serial number is 80. I'll continue with the examples, all examples for the topic. So we are gonna cover these examples. So let's continue with the first one. So the first one is J naught of t is equals to 1 by pi integration 0 to pi of cos t sine theta d theta. So we have to prove this to 1 bar root of s square plus 1. So let's start. Laplace of J naught is equals to 2 by pi integration of 0 to infinity of e raised to minus st. Then we take integration of 0 to pi by 2 of cos t sine theta d theta dt. So for further simplification, we get 2 by pi integration of 0 to pi by 2, and we shift e raised to minus st, then 0 integration of 0 to infinity of e raised to minus st cos t sine theta d theta dt. So we take Laplace further of Laplace of cos t sine theta and dt, and that is 2 by pi integration of s by s square plus s sine square theta d theta, limits from 0 to pi by 2, and further we can write sine square as 1 by cosec square, and for further simplification is equals to 2 by pi by 2, where limits are 0 to pi by 2, and cosec square theta divided by s square cosec square theta plus 1 d theta. On further simplification, we can also write cosec square theta as 1 plus cot square theta. So 2 by pi limit 0 to pi by 2 of cosec square theta upon s square plus 1 plus s square 2 cot square theta, and let's s cot theta is equals to 2, denote s cot theta is equals to t. So putting the value, we get d derivation of s cot theta by dt is equals to dt, and minus s cosec square theta. So at 0 is equals at theta, when theta is 0, t t is equals to infinity, and when theta is equals to pi by 2, t is equals to 0. So Laplace of j naught is equals to 2 by pi integration of dt t square plus s square plus 1, where limits are 0 to infinity, and we get 2 by pi 1 by root of s square plus 1, and the brackets where we get the integration of the above equation, that is tan inverse into 1 by root of s square plus 1. We apply the limits here and we get the simplification as 2 by pi 1 by root of s square plus 1 pi by 2, where pi and pi get cancelled, and we get the final answer as 1 by root of s square plus 1. So where this was the question to which we had to prove. So let's move to the second question. The second question is j naught of j naught t is equals to 1 by pi limit 0 to pi cos of t cos theta d theta. This is similar sum to that. What we have asked here, they have asked here, we have to evaluate 2 by pi limits 0 to infinity raised to minus st, and uh, 0 to limit 0 to pi by 2 cos t cos theta d theta. So let's start this sum. So this one is similar to the previous one. So similarly here also we have taken 2 by pi limits 0 to infinity, and integration of e raised to minus st, and then we have again integration 0 to integration of cos t cos theta dt, and limits are 0 to pi by 2 dt. When we simplify this step and we take the Laplace of the integration, that is Laplace of cos t theta dt, and limits are 0 to pi by 2. So by applying the Laplace on the above equation, we get s by s square plus cos square theta, and we integrate it from the limit 0 to pi by 2, and for further step we substitute cos square is equals to sec square theta, and just carrying out the substitution further, substitute sec square theta is equals to 1 plus tan square theta using the basic trigonometry identities. Then we substitute by substitution method, we take as tan theta is equals to t, and we derivate it both side, that so we get derivation as dt is equals to s sec square theta at where at theta when it's 0, t is 0, and when theta is equals to pi by 2, t is equals to infinity. Unlikely previous one where it was sine, and here it's sec. So let's continue further. Then it's like we just substitute the in the place of sec square as tan theta, we substitute as dt as we have simplified above. So Laplace of j naught is equals to 2 by pi and integration of dt by t square plus s square plus 1. So on taking its integration, we get 1 by root of s square plus 1, that is, and in bracket tan inverse of 1 by root of s square plus 1, and where limits are from 0 to infinity, we apply the limits and we get the value as 2 by pi 1 by root of s square plus 1 and pi by 2, where we cancel pi by 2 by pi and pi by 2, and we get our solution as 1 by s square plus 1. By definition of Laplace transform, we know that Laplace of j naught is equals to infinity, where limits are 0 to infinity, u of st of j naught. So we can put s is equals to 1, and we get the answer as limits 0 to infinity e raised to minus st 1 by pi 1 by pi, where limits are 0 to pi, in brackets cos t cos theta dt is equals to 1 by root 2. So they have asked to evaluate this, and this was the evaluation. So the next topic was the last sum of the solved example is uh, the first one here is if Laplace of J naught above t is equals to 1 by root of s square plus 1, and they have asked us to three different conditions. The first condition we have to prove different conditions. The first one is infinity limits of 0 to infinity j naught t is equals to 1, and we take the Laplace of j naught, that is we know that zeroth order Laplace rule. So Laplace of j naught is equals to 1 by root of s square plus 1, and putting s is equals to 0, we get limit 0 to infinity j naught t dt is equals to 1 by root of 0 plus 1 is equals to 1. So this was a easy one, and it's just substituting the values and deferring the zeroth order rule, we can solve this one. So next one is we have to prove Laplace of t g naught at is equals to s of s by s square plus a square whole raised to 3 by 2. So let's do this one. We all using the same zeroth order rule, that is j naught t is equals to 1 by root of s square plus 1. By change of scale property, j naught of at is equals to 1 by a under root of 1 by under root of 1 plus s by a the whole square. So which is equals to 1 by when we simplify it, which is equals to 1 by s square plus a square. So by using simplification, so let's continue. That is Laplace of t j naught at is equals to minus ds minus derivation of d by ds with respect to s, that is 1 by root of s square plus a square. So we basically take the derivation of the above, and by multiplication property we get 1 by 2s s square plus a square raised to minus 3 by 2 is equals to s by s square plus a square and 3 by 2. Applying just in this one we just used zeroth order rule and the scale property and multiplication by t property, and we get the proof easily. Then the third one is j naught at is equals to we have to prove Laplace of e raised to minus bt j naught of at is equals to 1 by root of s plus b the whole square plus a square. So we take j naught of at, that by previous one we can we have find the previous one. So let's use that. That is j naught is equals to j naught of at is equals to 1 by root of s square plus a square, and using the first shifting theorem we get root of Laplace of e raised to minus bt of j naught of at is equals to 1 by root of s plus b square plus a square. So the fourth proof in it is limit. We have to prove that integration of e raised to minus 3t j naught 4t dt where limits are 0 to infinity, we have to prove it as 3 by 125. So let's try this one. And the Laplace of t j naught at is equals to minus d by ds. So this one we have taken from the previous one, last sum, which was we can follow the step up to here, and then by applying the multiplication t property we get 1 by 2s s square plus a square minus 3 by 2 is equals to s by s square plus a square whole raised to 3 by 2. Just putting the s is equals to 3 and a is equals to 4, we get 3 by 3 square plus 4 square raised to 3 by 2 whole raised to 3 by 2, and the answer comes to be 3 by 125, which was asked in the proof. So for continuing to application by Srishtiraj.
Good afternoon, respected Tina ma'am and my fellow mates. Myself, Srishtiraj Prasad, roll number 96 from second year computers. Application. A large number of fields uses Bessel function, including acoustic theory, electric field theory, hydrodynamics, nuclear physics, and radio physics. Electromagnetic waves in cylindrical waveguide. Electromagnetic wave cylindrical waveguide is a structure with hollow metallic tube with circular cross section and radius r that guides EM waves or sound with minimal loss of energy by restricting the transmission of energy to one direction. And then the standing wave inside the cylindrical waveguide, which have profile given by Bessel function of first kind, is the result of transfer counter propagating component of the conical wave described by Hankel function. Second, the pressure amplitude of an viscid rotational flow. Third, heat conduction in cylindrical object, in which the heat flow initiated when the heat flow initiated within a hollow infinite cylinder, an initial condition can be generated from the roots of any type of Bessel function, and the heat conduction equation can be solved by spherical Bessel differential equation. Modes of vibration of a thin circular or angular acoustic membrane such as drum or other membraphone. Bessel functions are often used in acoustic for describing circular membrane behavior. They are the solution of wave equation using polar coordinate. They set the properties of membrane Bessel function, describing the vibrational mode of the membrane, and they are characterized by two numbers. The first number characterized by angular oscillation, that is along the concentric circle, and the second number is characterized by radial oscillation, that is from the center of the edge. Next slide, please. Frequency dependent friction in circular pipelines. Bessel function is also used in solution to radial Schrodinger equation in spherical and cylindrical coordinates for a free particle, and these Bessel functions are also used for solving patterns of acoustic radiation, diffusion problem on a lattice by using modified Bessel function, dynamics of floating bodies by using regular and modified Bessel function of first and second kind. Thank you.
Let's end this topic, and I will be concluding the topic by giving references from which we have collected all the data and solved the equation, which was also helped by Tina ma'am. The references given by ma'am were B.S. Garewal, G.V. Kumbhojkar, and the self-study topics that we chose was also taken by websites like proofwiki.org, from which we took the derivation of Laplace transformation of Bessel equation. Wikipedia was used for introduction of the topic, from which we took information about Bessel and how it was originated. ScienceToWords.com was used for the derivation part of the differential equation of Bessel function, and SlideShare.net was used as reference for making this slide. Bessel's equations are applied in many common and unnoticeable ways, from waves in a glass of water to radiation theories. It is expandable in many ways. Even our eardrums follows Bessel equation, and using Laplace transformation, we successfully simplify the Bessel's equation and functions. Hope you enjoyed.